Hello everyone, I am Annalie. This is a new series that I have created where we look into dark and interesting things that circulate the internet, primarily for the sake of trying to figure out what it means and what the person creating these things is trying to tell us. As we all know, if you look deep enough into the abyss of the World Wide Web, you'll find things overlooked by the masses. This series was created to look and analyze these things. I wanted to start out by discussing and exploring the YouTube channel Local 58. I watched Watch Nexpo's video on this channel and really loved all of his theories and explanations for what this channel posts. He inspired me to watch the series through its entirety, which led me to come up with my own theories and thoughts on this piece myself. Please be sure to watch his video on his channel as he did an amazing job. The link is in the description below. With that being said, let's begin the exploration of Local 58.
Rerouting. Make a U-turn. Your destination is behind you. Rerouting. In 5.
Local 58 is a YouTube channel that made its first upload on October 31st of 2017. Since then, they have uploaded a total of 6 videos and have collected around 64,000 subscribers. The series was created by Chris Straub, who is also the creator of the Candle Cove creepypasta. It can best be described as a nostalgic creepy news footage, each of which start out the same. The show opens up with the Local 58 logo and then goes on to describe the schedule for that broadcast day. The only curiosity this arouses is that it begins at around midnight. Now, personally, if I'm awake at midnight, which I normally am because that's the perfect time to watch spooky shit, I am most definitely not going to be watching the news channel, and I really don't know anybody who would. To start this series off, I want to start by dissecting and explaining my theories on each video. The first video posted on this channel is titled, "You Are on the Fastest Available Route." The video starts off, as I mentioned before, with the news channel's logo, and then goes to a list depicting their broadcast day. The list is as follows: at 12:05 a.m., the Midnight Movie, and at 1:55 a.m., paid programming. After a moment, however, paid programming is backspace deleted, and a moment later the channel is cut to static, and when it comes back we are presented with a grainy dashcam footage. The date in the far left corner reads November 21st, 2014, and it's safe to assume it's 1:57 in the morning since it's dark out wherever this footage is being taken. The footage continues, and soon enough you hear a GPS voice direct the driver. The timestamp in the corner jumps 2 hours to 3:22 a.m. as the voice reroutes him. Some more static erupts, and the timestamp jumps to 4:47 a.m. This driver seems to be on an empty road, whereas before he was on a highway. This is when the voice says the driver will arrive at their destination in 14 minutes. Another time jump, and the clock reads 5:12 a.m. when the voice reroutes him again. After a static cut, the voice directs the driver again through a bumpy and forested road, and this is when it starts to give weird directions.
Continue on unnamed road. Then, in 300 feet, turn off your headlights.
Even though the GPS requests that the driver turns off its headlights, the driver still does whatever it asks. Eventually, this happens. If you didn't catch it, a split second before it is cut to static, you can see this creature standing before the driver, and once the static is gone, you can tell the driver is frantically driving away from whatever it was. All the while he is, the driver finally decides to ignore the GPS voice as it tells him to turn back around because his destination is right behind him. The voice receives to tell him that his destination is right behind him before static erupts once again, and the video ends with the voice saying, "You have arrived." And that was the summary of the first video in its entirety. Now, I want to get into my theory on this single video. First off, I was curious if there were any subtle clues as to where this dashcam was taking place, so I tried to Google the route it was going on, but I didn't really find anything, and the video is too grainy to make out any signs indicating where it could take place. We only have a date and a timestamp though, which by the way I want to mention, it's blurred around the end after the mysterious creature appears. So the main basis of my theory on this video is I believe this is some sort of creepy recreation depicting a case of either alien abduction or an alien encounter. Yes, I already have my tinfoil hat on, thank you for asking. Anyway, I know how strange this sounds, and to be honest, it could be something else. However, I made this correlation because it reminded me of the numerous cases I have read on alien abduction in rural areas. If you don't know or haven't heard any of these stories, they're very interesting. People have claimed to be driving around at night and strange things happen to them. Some say they wake up parked on the side of the road and swear they never fell asleep or pulled over. Some claim they look at the clock 1 minute and the next minute hours have passed, and it feels as though their memory was wiped. Others claim, just as the video did, their radio or GPS malfunctions. Because of all these real-life occurrences, I believe this video is depicting that. I don't necessarily think it's an alien abduction, but I believe it is possibly a recording made to represent the encounters people have had in real life. And that makes this video especially disturbing when you think about my theory. This creature had the capability of controlling the driver's GPS service to lead the driver to them, and supposedly to their demise. The driver unknowingly followed, thinking they were following their destination. I especially believe this because at one point when the driver was getting close to their actual destination, the clip that is shown before it cuts to static is the GPS service rerouting randomly. Of course, it could be the signal being lost, but I think this is the point where the creature started coming into play and luring the driver to it, which is extremely terrifying when you think about how dependent we are on technology, so much so to the point where we trust it, and it could easily be manipulated by something sinister that is out to get us. I have an overall general theory about this series as a whole, but I won't explain it until I have dissected each video as a whole. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you look on my channel, I don't have very much content yet, but if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, give this video a like, and subscribe for more content to come. Thank you so much for watching.